Good morning, everybody. How are you? My name is Pedro. I have more than 50 million views, 100 appointments set with my SMMA, and a Grammy to my name. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to be an artist with your content. And not necessarily in the sense of like, oh, developing like the most creative video on the planet, or playing an instrument or painting on your content, or unless you want to, like that's completely different if that's your niche. But especially in the beginning, what I've realized has developed so much my conviction as far as like why I want to develop content, why I want to make content on social media, why I want to be making videos overall. And it's because it's very similar to the life that I had as a musician, right? Like for years, like as a musician, I played saxophone, flute, and clarinet. I literally have all these instruments right here. Like I'll pull up my soprano saxophone. Look at this, soprano saxophone. Literally all these instruments here, just waiting for me to come back. You know what I'm saying? I got a flute too. You know what I mean? Like it's like I have so many instruments here. You can't see them, but they're all here. However, it's literally just like being a musician, roughly, or an artist, I should say. For years, I did it for 10 years, and I was roughly practicing every day, trying things out, like, aggressively, like, messy. Like, we're talking about, like, oh, this kind of sounded cool. Let me try this and put this over this chord change or whatever in this melodic or musical situation. I did it every day, like, for 10 years, like, almost every day. There were very seldom days that I actually didn't practice or played music to some degree, because I loved it, you know what I mean? I still love it, but not necessarily as a career, you know what I'm saying? And then eventually, everything started to become a habit, like kind of this like messy, chaotic realm of development. But let's get into it. Like, the reason why you should become an artist with your content and not necessarily with the development or the video of your content is because the first thing, you got to start messy, right? All artists, they start messy, right? First of all, when you're making content, you have a lot of interests. Like any musician or any artist, you have a lot of interests. You like, your stuff is scatterbrained all over the place. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to develop anything that's currently happening. But what most artists do, they literally start messy. They're literally tinkering at seeing what works. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost like a mad scientist. I made a video on this literally earlier. And if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this on personal development, business, and content creation. But literally start messy. Like literally, it's just like you can't do anything else. It's like you have to be able to sit there and be like, all right, well, I got a piece of Play-Doh, and what am I going to do with this piece of Play-Doh? You know what I'm saying? That's literally what artists do on a consistent basis. It's like, I got this shape, I got this melodic idea, I got this chord change, I got this melodic situation that happened maybe 5 years ago that I've been holding on to develop a song, to develop an original composition to put on Spotify and use it for my career. Literally happens all the flipping time. So I would be one to encourage to start messy, because most people, or at least people who want to get on social media but don't, they often get into a situation where they're just thinking like, man, I need to be perfect on camera. Man, I need to be developing a crap number of content. Like I have to do all this, that, and the third. And just like, it's almost like self-expectation, right, of what they should be doing online. It's like, dude, like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a politician, you shouldn't even care about any of that stuff. Realistically, because think about it, it's just like, your opinion doesn't necessarily matter up until you're an influencer, right? So you have no place to stand on. So how are you going to create your foundation when you have nothing? You're just going to keep falling. So then therefore, you might as well start messy. And then eventually, this is what happens. It's like you'll start to figure out, all right, cool. These are the things that I love to talk about. These are the things that I love to make videos on. These are the videos that I love to make. These are the videos that I consume and how I want to make, and make examples of those as well. But then the algorithm will talk to you. The algorithm will give you a feedback loop. They'll be like, hey, this video did actually pretty good. You should probably make more of these. You know what I'm saying? kind of like a gangster, you know what I mean? Like just like from the mob or something. They're just like, hey, you did well with this video. You might want to make a couple other ones just like this if you know what's good for you. You know what I'm saying? But your niche will emerge over time. And more often than not, especially now when it comes to personal branding, your niche is literally an amalgamation of all the stuff that you love, but with one center through it all. Like for me, it's like I love fitness, I love business entrepreneurship, I love developing businesses, I love content, this, and whatever. However, between all of it all is my core truth, with which literally I believe if you make videos, you can literally change your life. No problem. Literally in just 1 year. But that's my general belief. But your niche will literally just emerge over time. And that only comes from just developing the constant reiterations and chaoticness that comes from being an artist with your content. The second thing is you got to make videos on things that you enjoy. Like you can't just sit here and not talk about stuff that you love. Like I love talking about this ish, okay? Which is why I'm able to literally talk to you with no script whatsoever. I have some bullet points of stuff that I want to cover. But other than that, I just love talking about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love talking about business, love talking about content, love talking about how do you make videos, filmmaking. It doesn't matter. All that stuff. I love that stuff. Especially because it relates so well to the musician stuff that I used to. It's like, oh, you can play saxophone, you can play flute, you can play clarinet, you can play all these different types of instruments. There's different, mouthpieces and reeds and all this other stuff. It's like there's so much stuff to do and so much to talk about that there's no way that you can cover it all unless you love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll give you some examples, like books, like Stories That Sell, or Story Sell, I should say, Share Your Work, and Expert Secrets, right? Get those 3 books and you'll understand what I mean. It's like you have to be making stuff based upon stuff that you genuinely enjoy. You can read those 3 books and they're going to tell you the exact same thing. You have to tell literally amazing stories or just stories on a consistent basis about stuff that you genuinely enjoy, right? Which is kind of crazy, right? It's like, all right, I get to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I got to play the stuff, like in the musician world, I get to play the stuff that I get to play. It's like literally being a musician, you want to play the songs that you want to play. You know what I'm saying? Whether they be your own or within a specific repertoire. Like, I remember when I was a musician overall, in the 10 years that I was playing saxophone, I would always try to learn other people's songs. So that way I would get more gigs because I would try to play their favorite songs. Which more often than not, their favorite songs happen to be my favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of worked out, like, both ways. But that's more so along, like, developing relationships and networking and all that stuff. But the point still stands. It's like, because I enjoyed playing those songs, I tend to have a better emotional state in that regard, like when I'm making music with other people. And same thing here. Like, I'm talking about the stuff that I love. So I'm going to wake up at 4 in the morning. It is 7 in the morning. I've been scripting since 4:30. I'm going to wake up early in the morning excited to talk about these videos because I love talking about these topics. And for you, it might be cooking, like you might be talking about your favorite recipe. For you, it might be traveling. For you, it might be business overall. For you, it might be filmmaking. For you, it might be fitness. It doesn't matter. It's just like literally make videos about things that you enjoy. And then eventually, with the first point, your niche will eventually show up in tandem with that. But yeah, anyway, next thing is the practice is the goal. Number 3, the practice is the goal. So one of the things that I loved about being a musician is the fact that you had the habitual practice of practicing every single day. Because you knew to some degree, you couldn't see it or hear it or tell if you got better every single day. But to some degree, you're getting better because of the daily practice. It's more so like if you were trying to get better at your free throws and you made the goal of like, I'm going to do 100 free throws every single day. 100 free throws at 365 days, that's literally 365,000 free throws. You know what I'm saying? If the math is right. Let me know in the comments if the math is right. But the practice is the goal, right? Because at the end of the day, if you continue to practice, you're going to continuously get better, right? So that means if I make more videos, the better I'm going to be getting at making videos. You dig? So like if you literally take a diligent consideration into making your content on a consistent basis every single day, then you're going to get better at making videos. And with that comes other skills too. Like, let's say, for example, I remember this very vividly. Like, the better that you get at your instrument as a musician, the better you get at developing melodies, right? So, like, improvising, right? Like, if you learn how to improvise, you learn your scales, you learn the music situations, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Eventually, you'll start to be a master at creating melodies, right? Which is something that I was obsessed about. Like, I loved melodic saxophone players. So I wanted to be a melodic saxophone player. So then what did I practice? Practicing melodies and playing beautiful melodies when I'm improvising, right? Which literally take a bunch of different characteristics like patience and knowing the right notes and this, that, and whatever in the specific situation. But it's the same thing here. It's like once you develop the practice of making videos, all of a sudden, now you're really good at public speaking. You're really good at talking with conviction. You're really good at piecing your ideas in a story that is effective and resonant to other people. And it's absolutely amazing. But that wouldn't have come if you didn't develop the practice as the goal, right? So the practice is always the goal, okay? It's kind of like Gary Vee, like the process is always the goal, this, that, and the third. It's the same thing here with content. So I hope that was valuable, you know what I'm saying, from my situation as an artist, as being a musician and whatnot, but you really got to be an artist with your content. So we could strive every single day to be a little bit more like an artist with our content and the videos that we make and the ideas that we share every single day. But anyway, if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe and turn your bell notifications on because I put videos out like this and you don't want to miss them. Otherwise, if you need some help, if you're a business owner and you need some help with your marketing efforts, being on social media, you can click the first link in the description so you can work with me and my SMA and we'll help you out in any regard that we can. We really have the case studies to prove it. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.